is not a DPS showcase. It's a video on how to perform Aster's rotation in her various team comps.
First, we'll go through the meta team of Aster, Claudia, Stormeye, and VoidPiercer. For this comp, we don't necessarily need to start with any charge if your VoidPiercer is A3 and above. Basically, you'll start off with Stormeye and VoidPiercer using their buffs before you switch back to Aster and use her skill. Use Claudia's skill, then discharge into VoidPiercer, use Void skill, and then switch into Aster. Use her skill, and when the big X effect appears, you can then go to her normal attack combo. In this rotation, pay attention to the skill cooldowns on Claudia or Void. When Claudia's cooldown reaches 10 seconds, you'll use Aster's hold attack skill to consume her overnova. So holding down the attack button, Aster will do the 3-hit overnova combo, and when you see her slam the ground, you can then use her sub-skill. Once again, slam the ground, use her skill, simple. Then, let her full skill animation run through, do not cancel it. When Aster puts her hand down and the big X effect appears, you can then attack a few more times until Stormeye's cooldown is done. Jump cancel that discharge, use Stormeye's skill, and then the rotation repeats itself. You'll do the exact same movements. Just remember, pay attention to the skill cooldowns of 10 or 11 seconds, and then use your hold attack combo. Slam the ground, use her skill, and let it run through fully. There are some other variations to how you perform her combos, but this one works the best for me. Next, we have the team of Aster, Stormeye, and Anka, for those who don't have VoidPiercer. Similarly, you want to buff Aster with Stormeye and Anka skill, plus 1 bonk attack from Anka, and then swap back to Aster and perform a full combo. Again, Stormeye's skill into Anka, use Anka's skill, and pay attention to the bang. You want to hit the target with her skill, don't miss it, and then do 1 more normal attack. So that's 2 bangs in quick succession. Then, swap to Aster, jump cancel any discharge of hers, and use Aster's skill. After the X appears, you can then start chaining those auto attacks and pay attention to those skill cooldowns, 10 seconds. Hold attack, let Aster do her combos, and then slam the ground and use her sub-skill. Once Stormeye's cooldown is done, jump cancel her discharge, use her skill, and repeat the rotation again. It's important to pay attention to the small details like Anka's bang bang and Aster's skill animations. Don't panic, just go slow and get familiar with her. It's a pretty straightforward rotation. Next, the team of Aster, Stormeye, and Nola. Start off with Stormeye and Nola buffing with their respective skills, then swap to Aster, jump cancel any discharge if needed, and use her skill. Perform her normal attack chain combo while paying attention to the skill cooldown of Stormeye. Once it reaches 10 seconds, do the whole attack combo for Aster, play it out, and use her sub-skill after you slam the ground. Again, once Stormeye's skill is ready, jump cancel her discharge, use her skill, and the rotation repeats again. Do pay attention when you cast Nola's skill. When she lets her sword down and you get the bike icon buffs, that's when you swap to Aster to use her skill. I've had some friends swapping weapons too fast during Nola and they don't get those buffs. Next, we look at the altered Aster team with VoidPiercer and Nola as her buffers. Start off with Nola's skill and swap into VoidPiercer's discharge and then her skill. Swap to Aster, use Aster's skill, and then do her normal attack chains. Once Nola's skill cooldown reaches 10, do the whole attack combo to consume the Overnova stacks. Once that animation is done, use a sub-skill and let it play out. Most of Aster's team comps follow the same pattern, so by now you should already be familiar with how her rotations are. When Nola's cooldown reaches 1, jump cancel her discharge and use her skill. Swap to VoidPiercer, use her discharge followed by skill, and back to Aster to continue the rotation. The next team, Aster, VoidPiercer, and Anka. We start off with a discharge on VoidPiercer and use her skill, then swap to Anka, use Anka's skill, and do a normal bonk attack. Swap to Aster, use Aster's skill, and continue with her attack combos. The rotation is the same as the previous comps, just pay attention to the cooldown. Once Anka's cooldown reaches 1, you can then discharge, cancel, and use her skill, followed by VoidPiercer and use Void skill. After that, back to Aster and continue the rotation. Easy as ABC. Aster, Anka, and Nola. You start off with Nola's skill and then swap to Anka and use Anka's skill, do one more attack before swapping to Aster, using her skill and doing her normal attack chain combo. Once Nola's skill cooldown is done, jump cancel her discharge and use her skill, followed by Anka's skill. Make sure it connects with the target, don't miss, and do one more hit and swap to Aster, continuing the rotation. Oh, and for this particular team, you'll use Anka's trait which deals more damage to boss targets but not displayed here on the cactus. Next, the F2P friendly team of Aster, Zeke, and Gnonno, the latter two being available on the standard banner. Start off with using Zeke's skill, let the skill animation fully play out, then do 2 dodge attacks to apply snake bites. Swap to Gnonno and use her skill, then Aster and use Aster's skill. From here, do Aster's normal attack chain and hold attack when Gnonno's cooldown hit 10 seconds. Once that is done, discharge cancel Zeke, use his skill, and once it connects with the target, jump cancel it again. You don't need to let his skill play out in this round. Follow up with a dodge attack, and then discharge Gnonno and use her skill. Swap back to Aster and continue the rotation as usual. Here's a bonus team: Aster, Asuka, and Stormeye. Using this team will put you in a Fortitude resonance, but for Asuka lovers, you still can do some serious damage in single content modes. If your Aster is 6 stars, you can perform the HP slice on bosses too, but for the sake of this video, I'll just do the normal rotation. Start off with Stormeye's skill into Asuka and use her skill, then back to Aster and use Aster's skill. Once done, perform her normal attacks all the way until you see 10 seconds cooldown on Stormeye, then hold the tap and let that combo fully play out before using Aster's sub-skill when the timing is right. Discharge cancel Stormeye, use her skill and swap back to Asuka. If you have a discharge, cancel that as well and use Asuka's skill, and finally back to Aster. The energy bar would max out on either Asuka or Aster, so just cancel it accordingly. Easy. With that, this concludes the rotation for these teams that Aster can pair with. Of course, there are more weapons you can use with Aster as long as you're familiar with her rotation, combos, and skill timings. There are other wonderful creators that showcase Aster's rotation with huge damage on characters and in Bygone Phantasm, so be sure to check them out as well. Hope this video helps you increase your damage with Aster, and I'll see ya in the next one.